So, to kickstart the, if you like, the picture, I want to show you something, and that is this. This is a lump of rock, nothing more, okay? Now, this is the sort of thing you might like to throw through a window if you're a bank robber or at your worst enemy, but actually for me, it is one of my, if you like, most cherished objects that I have in my house, in my collection of stuff. Why is that? The only reason that this piece of grey rock can possibly be of interest, because it has no, if you like, utilitarian value at all. I pulled this rock out of a cliff in New Zealand, in the South Island of New Zealand. It was, if you like, embedded in a cliff, and in the cliff there were many layers. So you can see this flat surface here as one of those layers, and I pulled it out, and these layers were tilted at an angle in this cliff, and any geologist will know that those layers of in particular sedimentary rock like this, they were once flat, and the rock was laid down on the sea floor many millions of years ago. So to be precise, something like 65-66 million years ago, in that sort of range. So you can imagine all these layers. They were laid down on the seafloor one by one, and over thousands and thousands of years the layers, increased in number. The surface of the sea floor at any given time was one of those layers. So this was, once upon a time, the surface of the sea floor, which in a way extended right around the oceans of the globe. This is a little fragment of the ocean floor of 65-66 million years ago. All layers of rock older than this surface layer around the Earth have within them the fossilized remains of dinosaurs, which dominated the planet for 150 million years, ichthyosaurs, ammonites, and other marine reptiles and other creatures. Above this layer, everything subsequent to the time when that layer was on the seafloor, there are none of these dinosaurs left. So this layer represents, in a certain sense, the time in the history of the Earth that the dinosaurs were wiped out. I'm touching, if you like, the day the dinosaurs died. And what's amazing is that the reason for the death of the dinosaurs and the calamity that extinguished something like 65% of all living things on planet Earth is thought to be because a massive asteroid smashed into the Yucatan Peninsula area in Mexico, created a massive tsunami, hundreds of meters high, that wiped out lots of life around the Caribbean, and sent up a cloud of particles into the atmosphere which covered the whole of the atmosphere of the Earth, and some of these particles were glass beads from melted rock that rained down. And this piece of rock here in New Zealand has many tiny little dots on it, which are tiny fragments of glass that dropped out of the atmosphere thousands of miles away here in New Zealand, away from the impact of this asteroid. So this simple grey rock has, if you like, within it a huge, incredible story that affected life on Earth. Without that disaster, the mammals would never have become dominant as the main animal, complex animal life on the Earth. And without the mammals becoming dominant, human beings would not have arisen. So in a certain sense, this simple little grey rock has a story about our own human history embedded within it. The history of a disaster, but also the history of an opportunity in evolution. So that's one little story to give you a sense of the power of understanding nature and what it contained within any little bit of nature that you prepare to look at closely. That's all for my first vlog, and I'll see you in the next one.